Hey,
So much.
welcome to the workshop number 237. This is a comedy safe space, so if you guys want to say the N word, I'm not going to tell your parents. Rob, you're up first. Let me know what your topic is, and when you're ready to begin, I'll start your time.
I'm ready to go. I got the word constipation for my word, which immediately elicited constipation from my brain. And if a brain can prolapse, I probably did from pushing too hard on these jokes. So please be careful and please be prepared because it might get gross. So I was at work and I'm a procrastinator. So I had to ask some people at work, and I work for a veterinary surgeon. He was talking about, I was kind of like running it past these people. He was talking about how cats get this thing called megacolon. It's like, that sounds terrible. A giant colon. And I was like, first of all, I don't even know how to use a megacolon. I don't even know how to use a semicolon, let alone a fucking megacolon. So I don't know what the hell these differences are. So I probably screwed up on that. And then, so we got there's also this term that they also, and I never heard this term before, but it's called tenesmus. And it's essentially dry heaves for your butt when you're trying to poop. A picture there. And it's not like you can take a sip of Gatorade to get it going. I don't know what you do for tenesmus. That sounds awful, trying to cough a poop out. But I don't know. It sounds pretty nasty. And the last one I got is when I was younger. I remember people used to try to clown me, and my last name's Constantine, so they're always like, "Hey, Rob constipated," and I was like, "That's garbage. That is garbage ass shit talking. You guys need to learn better. You guys need to learn better how to fucking make fun of people's last names." And I just thought it was low-hanging fruit, thought it was weak, and I made sure that I never maintained any long-lasting friendships with those people who because there's like a lot of the best one I heard was Schlob Constantly, which is a great fucking hit on my name. But Rob Constipated, just right there in your face. I don't know. Nah, I wasn't feeling it. You know what? Honestly, it's a shorty. That's all I got for you guys. I was struggling.
Cool. Yay, sweet. You guys have any feedback?
Well, my initial thought was full of shit, but then you said procrastinating. I thought you were gonna say like procrastinating, constipating. I don't know. I didn't really catch the whole thing. I had a phone call. I'm sorry. I'm a bad feedback person.
All right. Well.
Did you write that little short set on the toilet?
To what?
Did you spend 15 minutes constipated taking a shit writing that shit?
No, just stress it out because I usually write the shit the day of, and I usually do better than I did today. So,
what today? Did you write it yesterday?
Well, today in my time, I don't know what you're asking. What?
Yeah, today. So, did you wrote this morning?
Or just after work today because I couldn't think of anything. Yeah.
Constipated brain.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing I said. Yeah. And then just I thought you could prolapse your brain somehow, and then just all the shitty stuff comes out all at once. Like my fucking brain rectum just poured out of my anus. I don't know, whatever.
You could have done a whole bit on how crappy it would be to just like all the crap that comes out when you're not prepared. You could almost do probably like a 5-minute bit on that.
Yeah, which I didn't do because I didn't listen. Yeah, I should have listened to you guys. I should have
diarrhea. Go on with that.
I'm thinking like, what if you got stabbed and then the person who stabbed you was like, "Wait, why aren't you bleeding?" And you were like, "Oh, I must be constipated."
Constipated, yeah.
Non sequitur. Yeah, I guess.
That's good.
I don't know. I'm 40, so I have the opposite of constipation. I have precariously held stools. You know, they're about to come out all the time. So
yeah, I got like water ass. It just comes out as water.
Yeah,
I think I need more. And Or maybe my body's working at optimum condition and it's using all of the food that I'm putting in there and it puts out no waste because I'm a badass. My body's
Well,
a
there you
temple.
go.
Yeah.
When I was a
I
kid,
should
my mom
probably
gave me
just
laxatives
eat.
all the time. All I ate was bread, though. It'd be like a champagne cork, like this knot. That
They got butt
Splash.
catheters in the ER. You shove it in, take a catheter, where it makes it come out. It's gross.
How many viewers we got today, Paula?
Hopefully
3.
zero.
Oh boy.
Hopefully it's just you assholes.
All right, you guys have any more feedback on that set? All right, time to move
Nope.
on, I guess. Kurt, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
all right. My wonderful thing was on currency. So, you know that there was a time in history when no one was ever broke. You were just either starving or dead. Then they invented money, so you could be starving, dead, and broke. Must have been weird when they did business back then. What did they use for currency? I take out lint from my pocket and I say I got nothing as a joke, right? But, maybe that was a form of currency back then. You take out that lint, you throw it to a weaver, and they turn it into a sweater for you.
Possibly.
I lost my spot there. Sorry about that. Nowadays, you can fit cash in your pocket, and buy a house, slap that cash down in a big bag, and you have a house, man. Like, imagine buying a house back then without money. Like, you need to wander through town with your livestock. You're wandering through town with your livestock, and some guy stops you on the street. He's like, "Hey, you got anything to spare?" You're just looking at it like, no. And then you get stabbed. And now that homeless guy's buying a home. You can't hide it, They need to work around this kind of thing. You're walking around with all your cash hanging, walking behind you. That's interesting though. But they also had credit cards back then. Not kind of like what we had today. Back then, their credit cards weren't made out of plastic; they're made out of stone. In fact, most of the tablets that they find in archaeology aren't computers, surprisingly. They are mostly just transactions, like a credit card. Beelzebub bought a house from Omri for 200 cattle and 50 sheep, and then you can see on the tablet that Beelzebub's name was scratched out and replaced with a poorly spelled name. It wasn't like the ease of like you could swipe the card and then the transaction's complete. It's like you had to forge these out of stone, and then after you had forged it out of stone, then you had to go and get the currency yourself and then bring it to the person. It was pretty cumbersome. Imagine how everybody was confused though, like when they actually did come out with coinage. Yeah, it must have been something like a Jack and the Beanstalk moment, right? The kid comes home, he's like, Mama, I sold the cow. He's like, what'd you sell it for? I sold it for these metal discs. Metal discs? What did you use these metal discs for? Well, it's got a picture on it. Of what? A cow. Can I milk it? No, I ain't got me teats. Well, what the hell do we do with cows we can't milk? We could try planting them. Cows don't grow on trees, you moron. Do we pray to it? Well, on the other side, it's got a picture of a person with wings. And there you got it. On the first day, money became people's god. People say that money is the root of all evil. I say it's not a root because it's not a plant. evil is a concept, but I can hold a coin. But what money is a tangible expression of value attached to an object. But now, they're getting rid of cash, all the money's going digital. You can no longer hold it, so it's more of a concept than reality, just like evil. So that's now something they got in common. And if someone unplugs all the computers in the world at once, then our concept of money is gone, and we're back to our roots, trading lint for sweaters and livestock for houses.
Right.
And that's it. That's all I got for now.
Yes.
I do actually have more, but it's not entirely up there. Sort of a Canadian thing, I guess. There, that one.
Makes sense. You guys have any feedback?
When you talk about stones in the beginning and how that had value, you could draw a full circle to how now there's the Amex Obsidian, which is kind of rock also, which is the true baller status. We're gonna even ask you what your fucking shit is. You can buy people with it and shit. Yeah, that's the new Obsidian Amex is it's a real thing. It's like the real motherfuckers, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that might be a good thing to come around.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
When the homeless guy asked you for money and like all you could give him was half a sweater. Sorry, dude. This is all I got.
That's all I got. Yeah. That'd be funny.
Could be a vest. They might be a full sweater.
If Rob gave him a half a sweater, you'd be like, "Well, give me your beard, and I can make the other half of this sweater."
Ooh,
It's like a sweater vest.
Thanks. Probably stinks. It's got work.
I just think it was funny because, it's like you can hide change in your pocket, but you can't hide all your livestock in your pocket. So some guy's asking you for change there. It's like, you got anything? No.
Yeah, you got 3 chickens and a duck, but I'm not going to give any of it to you.
And
I'm about to go sell these. Go sell these and buy some pizza.
You ever be like a kid in the lunchroom and then someone like comes up and like puts their hands all in your food and they're like, "Oh, hey, do you want that?"
Yeah.
What if they did that? Like they go up and like chop the head off your goat and they're like, "Oh shit, were you gonna eat that?"
No, fuck you.
That's funny.
Goat's got teats. You can milk a goat.
Goat. But if it's on a coin. Because Jack and the Beanstalk, they're like, the mom's like, "What the heck? You've got beans." And then they plant them and then a big beanstalk grows. But it's like.
I think we've heard this story before.
Yeah. Have you heard Jack and the Beanstalk?
Jack and the what?
I didn't think they had that in DNA.
And then Jack climbs the beanstalk and robs the giant and steals all his gold.
Giant. What a jerk.
Yeah. The thief.
I think he fucks his bitch too. The harp lady. That's what I remember.
Probably.
I thought that was a story about a band called Jack and the Beans, and it's just an interview with them talking.
Some people don't know. It's like one of those old nursery rhyme things. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. Yeah, exactly what Jeremy just said there. It's some guy robs a giant and he gets pissed off, and then when the giant's climbing down the beanstalk, he cuts down the beanstalk and kills the giant.
Really? Well, that sounds.
Oh, so he's literally Jack and the Beanstalk. He's fucking snatching it up.
But you forgot the part where he fucked that goose, and then now she lays golden eggs.
There was a harp. There's a harp.
He fucked a goose, right? He didn't. He stole the goose that laid the golden egg or something.
The Mickey Mouse one had a golden harp that sang. She was all dope. She sounded all pretty.
So did Jack steal the harp? What did he steal? Because
the harp was more important than the goose on that one. I don't know. I'm not going canon here. I'm going Mickey Mouse version of it. So.
Well,
I enjoyed the voices. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. The characters, I like that. Yeah. The mom and the brother.
Oh,
the
yeah.
boy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like doing that. think it adds a little bit of fun. Yeah, I want to try and work that into more of it, but I couldn't figure out how to do that in the amount of time.
If you do that on stage, I seen something where the guy, just moved to one side of the microphone. Like okay, hello, I'm the woman. Hello,
back and
I'm
forth.
the man.
Yeah, John Leguizamo.
But I think that the change in voice is enough. But you can add to it. Add like a shawl around your shoulder so you look like a grandma.
Oh yeah, I could do the TikTok, just a towel on her head.
Whoa.
I think I like how you're so creative with this TikTok.
Not like that. Not like that.
Grandma could be
anything. It's like,
cutting
okay,
cheese,
now
man.
I'm a woman.
Well, I think it's insinuating when you're cutting cheese that you're a woman, but okay. Only women cut cheese here in Vietnam. Men are constipated.
I cut the cheese all the time. It's a problem.
Cool. You guys have any more feedback on that joke?
No.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, next up, Jeremy. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I'll start your time.
I'm ready. My topic is conflicts, and conflicts, otherwise called a battle, a war, a clash, a fight, a struggle, an assault, an attack, or a contest. The last one not sounding so much as a problem, but still conflicting with the others. Conflict is a problem, and what better way to deal with a problem than not talk about it? So here's the news. Flower sales are up in the coming weeks leading to the Tet holiday, which is called Lunar New Year. Yeah, that's right. The conflict of living in Asia as a white man means I get to fuck up my New Year's resolution twice. But, flower sales are on the rise, so that's good. And here's Jerry with the weather. Yes, thanks, Meredith. In Ho Chi Minh City, it will be 32 degrees today. In Canada, it will be 2 degrees. And Americans have no idea what the fuck Celsius means. Back to you, Meredith. I don't know why this is a news broadcasting, but that's what it came to be. So back to the conflict at hand. Me, an American living peacefully, very happy and feeling more freedom than I've ever felt back living in the country. But I'm living in a country known as a communist red freedom hater. Yeah, that didn't have a punchline. My drunk uncle, we all have that uncle that gets too drunk at Christmas time. Yeah, that's me. I'm the drunk uncle. Last year I fell down some stairs, and my mom told me she still loves me. To add insult to injury, she also called me a dumbass because I had broke my leg when I fell down the stairs. Current situation, there's no setup for this joke. It's just the current situation in the United States has become that way because we believe the government can save us from the problems that the government created. So it's a big conflict. Back to politics. I wrote these yesterday, so they're not good. The current influx of dicks in your ear makes it hard to see just another asshole. He's a special asshole. He's going to give us a wax job. He's going to blow some hot air on us, and then he's going to take your money. That's politicians. But it's also like, I don't know. They say that they say to use conflict as energy so that we can grow and learn together. And my ex actually used to create problems to foreshadow my erectile dysfunction. We grew apart, and I learned she was a bitch. What the? Yeah, so there's growing and learning in that situation. Now, building up. We should try and build up ourselves. We should try to build up others around us. Remember, flattery's cheapest form is asphalt, and you don't want to be asphalt. So that's all I got. You guys didn't laugh once, and that's great.
Just didn't understand some of it.
Is the mic on? Is the mic?
It is. Just dumb. Too dumb, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. I deal with it every day.
Yeah. Brilliant cave dwellers. I get it.
Guys have any feedback? Okay.
Just move on. It's okay, guys. Conflict. This is conflicting with the idea of the show, guys. We're supposed to be helping each other.
Conflict.
No, that one was a tough one. I pulled all those things out of my ass. The conflict is getting them back in.
You could have done like a mix-up of like conflict, like and gone into Star Trek, like conflict something. The guy's like, "Where's you, Khan?" I never watched the movie, but I just know there's a guy named Khan, and there's a lot of fighting.
Is that I was thinking?
Yeah, he was like Spock's enemy, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, so.
Okay. He was like a bad guy.
They had the movie The Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan. That's what it was. The Star Trek one there.
Because I was thinking like you
conflict away the Federation, and I don't know. That's.
I was thinking like you challenge, like what if you challenge like Genghis Khan to like a paper football game?
Conflict the ball.
Conflict the ball.
It's up. It's good, ladies and gentlemen. Genghis Khan has won the Super Bowl.
There's the triangle of climax, conflict, and resolution, right? And you could say, I don't care about the other two. I just like the conflict part. That's the best part of it. That's where all the fucking money's made, is in the conflict. Fuck the resolution and fuck the climax, all that. Well, the climax
conflict will be televised.
Yeah, the climax can be the best part sometimes, but the conflict.
Kurt will have the revolution on TikTok, but the conflict will be televised.
Talking mud. I deleted the app a long time ago.
Oh, you never deleted it. It's always there.
I can't find it anymore if it is.
I think that's why, like, when you have a phone for over 2 years, it just begins to get slow. And that's how my phone is because there's too many apps on there that never go away.
Yeah, and then you just get into conflict with your phone. You're always fighting with it, trying to find the app. Then if you have kids and then they get on it, then these apps that you're trying to find are in the wrong places and they're all over the phone.
And I throw my phone. I
throw off your phone. Sometimes I get onto my phone and I find new apps on it. I'm not even sure how that happens.
That's the old apps that you deleted and installed.
I didn't put Grindr on here. I don't know how that got on there.
What even is Grindr? Let's check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
Well, my topic next week is 7 deadly sins, so you guys are in for it then as well as you were just now. So,
there we go.
My book says, my notes in this part of the book says, "Go fuck yourselves." All right, let's move on. It's kind of weird just sitting here like not talking about feedback. And come on, we got shit to do today.
I'm trying to feedback here.
All right. Well, if you want to move on.
No, let's do another. Well, I only did about 3 minutes, so I mean, you guys can sit in silence for the other two. Rob, you need to go take a shit or something? I mean, you got 2 minutes.
No, I'm doing it right now as we talk.
You got one of those bags that you were talking about from the hospital, huh?
Yeah, dude. It's in there. One of those two.
It's like, how does he know about that shit unless he stole one and he's like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Stole.
You got
the stole one, man. I stole several.
He's probably got an app on his phone that controls like the release function so that like when he's sleeping, it doesn't, release anything.
That's nice, man. Convenient.
That app never goes away, man.
You got to embrace technology, man.
Gotta embrace.
Yeah.
What's your word?
Yeah, what's your topic?
Stay tuned. Hey, Kurt, how's the baby going?
Hey?
How's the baby doing?
Oh, the baby, she's asleep now. We've got her in her crib, and that's amazing. She sleeps for like maybe an hour or two in there, and then she wakes up, and then pat her back to sleep. Like it's just started in the past week, so yeah. Thanks for asking.
Sweet. Okay, I guess it's my turn to tell some stuff. My topic, ironically, is resolution. So, yeah, here we go.
See what kind of conflict you can get.
Resolution. Now, I don't know. Apparently, I'm really bad at like conflict resolution. It's just one of my few faults, I guess. But I just have trouble caring about resolution. Because, like, when I was a kid, we used to have, like, a black and white TV, and that was the only TV we had to watch. And then, like, all these, like, new fancy TVs started coming out, and I just never really understood why people cared that much about, like, what type of resolution TVs had. Like, I feel the same whether I'm watching, like, a normal old TV or like a new TV. Personally, I think it's because I have a decent imagination. I think it's important. You have a lot of fun just like alone with a good imagination. You could like sit in an empty room, laughing, having a ball.
We're laughing because we're related.
I'm doing, yeah, we're all doing that right now.
Yeah. Oh, man. I think that's the secret to being happy, just ignoring the fact that you should be miserable. Yeah, just, don't think too hard. Resolution. A lot of people like, oh yeah, New Year's resolutions. A lot of people make like New Year's resolutions, I guess. And my New Year's resolution every year is to be the last human left alive on Earth. But every year it seems that it's getting more and more likely that I can pull that off. Like I've been digging my tunnel slowly but surely. I'm trying to get it deep enough to where if there were like if every nuke on Earth went off at once, I'd be deep enough below the surface to where it wouldn't matter. But I had to think about how I'd get air down there. I don't know, like fresh air. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I will put them to good use. Cause like
a water hose.
Water hose?
Screwed like
well,
four
no,
water
the air's
hoses
gonna be
together.
Unbreathable on the surface.
If you put a couple cigarette filters into the end of it.
Oh yeah, that would
You
work.
just gotta
for sure.
oxygen bottles. Just start robbing hospitals and scuba shops.
Yeah, I think that's what they did in like Chernobyl, right? They had like a long water hose and they just stuffed a bunch of cigarette filters into the end of it, and that was how they had people going there. If I remember that right, I think I do. Yeah. Food. I mean, you could probably grow like some kind of fungus, right, to eat underground. I don't know. Have water, right? There's water in there. Anyway, you guys have any feedback?
You said you look way too young for black and white TV. You could have said, yeah, we have black and white TV. We had all the channels, and then we had CW and BET. That's it, black and white TV. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
CW and BET. That's it.
It's true. I mean, they didn't have a lot of black content when I was growing up. And you seem close to my age. I don't know.
No, that's about. I've watched both those channels.
Yeah, I know. Man.
CW had some cool cartoons on when I was a kid. In China, they do sell bottles of air. So, like, you may be able to go to the store and buy a couple of 20-ounce bottles of fresh air, and then take them with you.
Is there a deposit on those bottles?
Only if you live in Michigan.
No,
Did you ever watch the movie Spaceballs?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole is to suck away the planet.
The atmosphere.
What?
That's just hilarious. Just
They got a glass dome over the planet, and they suck all the air out of it as a threat.
combination of 50 or 5. Oh man, yeah, that's funny. It's reality now. I like how you kind of. Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead, Rob.
No, the bottled air, because most bottled air, you turn it upside down, you get whippets. You can get high, or you can get oxygen if you turn it right side up. So you can get blaze, or you can get fucking oxygen. So I don't know.
It's best of both worlds.
I like how you
They
kind of jump right.
sell nitrous balloons here at the bars. Like you could just buy them at the bar, and people are like sitting on the street, like passing out. There goes a balloon.
Yeah, you had here too if you know where to look. I was picturing like someone having like an anniversary or something. Instead of champagne, they bring out like a bottle of air.
This is a vintage 1920 or some shit.
This one's
It's
full
got turmoil in it.
You can tell this is a 1920 because it has hints of Nazis.
That's got traces of Zyklon B. Like,
turmoil in
not
it. You
that
can
one.
taste it.
Not that one.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh yeah, you can go pick any bottle of air you want, but not that one. Oh shit, that's like I just saved that one because it's worth so much money, and now it's opened. You
Yeah, I know.
bitch.
Mustard.
Put that shit back in the bottle. Put the cork back in there.
You didn't air it out, you piece of shit. What the fuck?
You gotta air out the air.
I know.
Let it breathe.
You got it in your cup and you're swishing.
You gotta
around.
squirt
Oh, yeah, I
aerate
see how
Air decanter.
Yeah, I didn't drink that. I just, swished it around in my mouth to see how well it is. It's pretty oaky.
I just swirled it in my alveoli real quick. I didn't actually absorb it into my bloodstream.
You guys have any more feedback?
I kind of like how you whip these concepts around. It's like conflict resolution, and then it's like you're thinking resolution of TVs. I think it's like that mode of comedy. I think is pretty funny because it's like you're on trail for something else, and then it whips you around to like, oh, television. So now you're on a different subject, but it's still resolution, and that mode I think is a pretty good one.
Like some people don't even care if it's 720p or if it's 4000K or whatever. Like some people don't even care. Like that's the kind of a good concept to fuck around with. I don't know. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then this is the part of the show where we do real premises or jokes, or if you want to, say the N word, we do that. Rob, you're up first again. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
I'm not gonna say it, Bilal. Just quit fucking egging me on. I'm not gonna fight, all right?
Why not? It's okay, man.
Do it.
I have some jokes that I've been working on. Joke about honesty and people's confusion with honesty and tactlessness and being shitty. One of the examples is one of my kids who conflates honesty with saying mean shit, and she'll be like, "Yeah, well, it's fat." And I'm like, "You're being mean." She's like, "No, I'm being honest." And I was like, "Yeah, but you don't need to say that at all. You could have said something else." And I'm working on I'm trying to think of a joke surrounding people's lack of tact, confusing lack of tact for honesty. And I'm like, those are two different things. Honesty is like something that's vulnerable to you, not saying mean shit to people. And that goes into it reminds me of my other kid. And I hate being corrected. It bothers the shit out of me. I remember my little girl, her twin. I was she was taking a bath, and I was like, all right, finish that, rinse off your hoo-hoo, and she goes, Dad, and she got all there all fucking it's called a vagina. And I was like, actually, the word's vagina, and you're not cleaning your vagina, you're cleaning your vulva. So don't come at me with correcting my shit, you little asshole. because I wanted to be clear about her anatomy, because she's growing up. Like don't come at me with that shit. 'Cause I hate being wrong, and more importantly than that, don't clean your vagina. It's self-cleaning, all right? The next one is we got a Roomba, but it's like one of the new generation Roombas that are super. They learn your house and they learn stuff. And I thought about AI and intelligence, and I was like, this thing's not going to be fully self-aware unless I really step in here. So what I do is I let the Roomba clean the whole house, except I don't let it clean one part of the house, so it never feels fulfilled and hates itself. And that's because part of fucking being self-aware is being dissatisfied with your own existence. So I know it worked. I know it worked because I spilled a bottle of pills on the ground, and it just beelined right towards the pills and ate them all up, trying to kill itself. And I was like, no. I opened this little compartment, and I was like, no, it's not that easy, little robot. You got to live a little longer than that. Took all the pills. So that's that one. And then I got another one about OCD. People use real mental disorders to make it sound like really quirky personality traits. And someone will be like, "Oh, I had to clean that napkin off the table because of my OCD," and then they think it's all cute and shit. And I'm like, OCD is a real thing. People lose friends and fuck up relationships, and they wash their hands till they're bleeding and stuff. No one's taking other diseases and making them quirky little character traits. No one's like, I got to inject this insulin because of my diabetes. Or you know what I mean? No one's like, I got to make sure that I don't get infected because of my low white blood cell count. Isn't that a cute thing about me? Trying to make these fucking disorders cute character traits it's kind of nonsense to me. And I don't like people do it because people actually struggle with that shit. So those are the 4 that I was working on, and I'm not going anywhere near my time, but I'll make it short and sweet.
Cool. You guys have any feedback?
That was pretty premature. Maybe not early. Let's say premature. I wrote Roombas can't clean up blood. Because after you took the pills out of the compartment, you said you ate them, and maybe you almost died. And the Roomba, you woke up days later, the Roomba's just hitting you in the head.
Trying to murder me.
And you notice that you're bleeding. You're bleeding, but the Roomba's not worried about cleaning up the blood. He's just fucking running over your face.
It's just smearing it like that dog turd in that one video. Oh, man. My death roll turd, just running it all over the house. Oh, that's fucking great. I love that.
The Roomba's already wrote a suicide note for you because it's so smart.
He stayed.
He just you've been knocked out for 3 days and he's banging you in the head, but he's using the blood that he gets from your head to write on the floor your suicide letter.
Oh shit. Jesus Christ.
He can't.
Why are you in Vietnam again? Did you commit some crime or some shit?
What if it could vacuum your body up though? The cops get there, they're like, "What happened?" And he's check inside the Roomba.
What if it didn't finish? It's just my leg sticking out of it. There's a lot of explaining to do here.
I would think if it has a computer and it has that brain type of thing, like you're saying, it can learn your house, then it can also speak. So it could probably be Alexa, call trash service or something like that, and they just come pick your body up.
Or what if you brought a girl over while your girl was gone and it was setting you up and shit?
Fuck. Got you. You're all busted by the Roomba because it saw the girl walking out of the
panties up.
Or it just zoomed over in front of her foot when she was gonna step, and then she stepped and it slipped out and she fell and broke her head, and now both of you are on the floor bleeding.
All right, the Roomba one hit. The Roomba one hit. Thank you. All right, those are great. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the Roomba. That's a good joke.
You could do something it's an entrepreneurial Roomba. It escapes through the doggy door and starts cutting lawns.
All right.
No. He escapes to the neighbor's house and steals pills.
Now you get like,
So like each day you open up the compartment, you're like, where the fuck these pills come from? I don't take sleeping pills, but I do now.
It just takes it takes other people's pills. Yeah.
It's like one of those klepto monkeys, but it's a klepto Roomba.
I'm gonna train him to get some Xannies for me. Yeah, hell yeah.
it's like
Why do you got your
escape
Roomba? Don't ask questions.
Snorting up cocaine and shit like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty badass. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
That's fucking dope.
Starts waving its infrared signal.
like short circuit with a Roomba.
You got to give it a lockdown and shit.
Let me see.
All right, good.
All right, great. Thank you. It's awesome.
Cool. All right. So, you guys have any more feedback or ready to move on?
Good job.
Sweet.
Good job.
Kurt, you're up next. Let me know when
I'm
you're ready to
next?
begin,
Okay.
and we'll start.
Well, your name's Kurt Russell. I just saw that. Holy shit. I just read your last name, dude. That's crazy. Sorry.
His brain is constipated still, so he's just slowly releasing out the shit that he's got stored away. He's gonna be laughing at my jokes in about 10 minutes from the time that I previously told those jokes when you guys didn't laugh. That's when it's coming out.
Hey, don't hate me, Jeremy. Sorry,
I made a whole bit about like I'm that guy from the thing, but not the thing. But there's a thing about the thing. I never did anything about the thing. Yeah, it's in development. I'll have to find it. I have a bunch of untitled crap everywhere on this dog thing. But here, it's a to be continued of my bit for potty humor. So let's see here. Toilet paper. I like to read about history a lot. I compare old ancient civilizations to us technology-wise, like what they had better and what we had better. One thing I really like to know first about civilizations really is like they had toilets, right? Like that'd be like the mark of a successful civilization. You're not, you get to flush your poop down the toilet. That's success. So toilets are remarkable. I think everyone uses them, but no one ever talks about them. Recently, I decided to look up the history about toilets because I like to know things like how a great civilization is by the toilet technology, if that makes any sense. But because over the thousands of years, it took a while for them to catch on. I mean, like the first toilets were invented in Scotland, like 6,000 years ago. I mean, like, I'm surprised that nothing really caught on. I guess people just like that stuff, right? didn't mind living in it and just didn't have to flush it away. You'll never guess. Let's see. The Greeks and the Romans had toilets every so often, but it was just the rich people. Everyone else was burying it in the ground. All the civilization, everyone else, they're just burying it, throwing it in the streets and stuff like that. After Rome fell, though, like it took like another 1,000 years for toilets to catch on again. I mean, like it was invented by like some guy named Cummings. He invented flush toilets that we use today, but everyone was still tossing it out in the street. It wasn't very popular. Like they had flush toilets. Imagine having flush toilets and opting out like, nah, I'm just gonna chuck it out the window. Like, what kind of people are we back then? There's another thing that was popular for instead of using toilets, like all the rich fancy people use this thing called a commode. They'd be at parties. They had this thing that kind of looked like a ceramic. It looked a lot like a gravy boat, and they would have their helper carry it around for them, and then they'd do the business in it and toss it out. I can see how those would have gone out of style really quick, because I mean, like you're at a fancy dinner, Queen Victoria's there, and she picks up the gravy boat, pours it on her mashed potatoes. It's not the right gravy boat. You could see a command for another. You can see a command for a new technology to be adopted. I think that'd be some good gravy, wouldn't it? You know, but even in bad things, every cloud has a silver lining. It's kind of weird, you know. Imagine if every cloud was made out of silver. And I what would you think? It's like it would actually precipitate metallic substances as like like a liquid solid. And they step outside, oh, that's burns, But at least my hospital bill's covered, right? Against raining silver. The upside is that you might even have a little bit of money left over for reconstructive surgery. You know, flocks of geese fly into the cloud. They all get crusted with silver, fall through your car. But I know, like, with the silver geese, you got enough to buy a new one. There's a whole new phrase to goose droppings now. I mean, everyone's looking forward to it. Imagine like the weather forecast though. You get a ping on your phone. It's like, all right, a ping on your phone. Betty, quick, bring in the laundry. Put out the. We need new cutlery. Put out the silverware. Except for the clouds that come out of restrooms, there's a problem with those ones. It's got a brown lining. It's not a silver lining. It's recondensed farts. That's how you get those poo. Those little brown droplets all around like the bottom of your wall there. Those little brown droplets. It's just like precipitation. Kind of raining out of the brown
Cover
clouds.
your eyes.
Cover my eyes?
Pink eye.
Oh, yeah. Cover your eyes when you go in. But yeah, that's and then that was it for that part. I got a thing going on about kids and poop too.
Ooh.
I haven't read this stuff in years, honestly. This is the first time I looked at it in a while.
Something we get to look forward to if we become a dad. Poop jokes.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take a break for now, though. I'll let someone else go. Any feedback?
Cool. You guys have any feedback?
Hey,
You can go. The evolution of clouds and silver linings in that idiom is just. I'm just waiting for them platinum clouds to come because everyone seems to value platinum more than silver in clouds. Or you can go copper in the clouds, and all the tweakers are like fucking in rocket snatching it out of the clouds and shit because copper is valuable to tweakers for some reason.
I have a feeling that it has to be copper wire. It's got to be copper wire. They want to do the whole stripping process themselves. They don't want just fucking copper. No, they don't want to do that.
Right.
They gotta do something while the meth is wearing off before they could bring the copper in, so the guy doesn't think they're buying drugs. So it's definitely cutting off the wire.
All right, because it gets
stripping wire.
Stripping wire, yeah.
All right, fine. Well, then fuck the copper wire, the copper fucking cloud, line cloud. Okay.
Copper wire cloud.
Pennies.
Yeah, you get hit in the face with a penny.
They're not made of copper anymore. Well, there's also a silver lining. People use silver a lot for disinfection, so you feel like people cleaning themselves up, disinfecting themselves with silver. But the other thing too, I thought about you're talking about how toilets were cool and made sense, perfectly logical and sanitary, and they just stopped using them because they were maybe too hard, and they came back and used them again. It's like fucking the shitty flip phones, like compared to now, or like. When your parents would be like, I never needed a cell phone before. And like, yeah, you never needed to take a shit inside you wouldn't benefit from not walking down the street to take a shit, really? Like, honestly, like, come on, can we just compare the benefits of these technologies? Like, come on. We should have kept
that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, like the benefits of
okay, like walking down the street to borrow your neighbor.
What would I need to do?
I pooped to
I
the ground.
walked 4 miles. I walked 4 miles every day to take a shit in the community toilet, all right?
I had to walk 4 miles to make a phone call from my drug dealer. Yeah, like that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Uphill in the winter both ways, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
So I like the part about the chamber pot.
Oh yeah.
The gravy.
Good. I wrote down that the Scottish people, they invented the toilet because they were tired of waking up and vomit. So they invented it.
They don't gotta take their
Toilet.
pants off at least. They got kilts and shit, right? It's ready to
But
go.
also, their head can rest on something. If they throw up on the floor, their head is on the floor. If they throw up in the toilet, they can put their head on the toilet and it's not in the vomit.
Yeah.
So the whole
Yeah.
process of waking up in vomit that made them invent the toilet.
That's the
Yeah.
grossest sentence I've heard in a while.
Yeah. I read this fun fact. It says the weight of a cloud is 2 million pounds. So if it's raining silver, then isn't that like British pounds? Like that's a lot of fucking money. That's 3.5 million US dollars. It's raining out there.
I was
That's
thinking,
why your car's never want to get smashed by the geese flying through it.
Ding ding ding. Just like fuck, it's raining again, and like you're all pissed off because you just washed your car, but now there's like all these pelts from the fucking British pound coin falling from the sky and just dinging the shit out of it. You're not worried about that. You're worried because you're gonna have to wash it again.
Just or you could say if you're, I don't know if you guys are religious, but they say Judas sold Jesus for 10 pieces of silver. You'd be like, he sold him for a drizzle. What the fuck is that all about, dude? Just a,
Drizzle.
a light drizzle.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it would give like new meaning to third world countries because here in Vietnam it rains for like 4 to 6 months every year. They got a wet season, so like every day people would be in the street just fucking. My street flooded from the river for some reason a couple weeks ago, and that shit was knee deep silver.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, what if you melted it down and got it made into a grill? After you got Jesus killed, check it out.
I think I would want like
Jesus.
a silver commode. Like I would do that.
A silver toilet.
Or I wonder if it was an ancient shaman who was at the fucking ancient strip club and he was making it rain and he pretended he like timed it and it was like raining silver. He was making it rain.
Ah, yeah. He said I did that.
Just the one in the comments says Silver Rain has to suck for werewolves.
Yeah. They got a duck and cover.
Did we just one up Prince? I mean, Prince did Purple Rain, which is not really like anything, but Silver Rain.
Silver
Rain. Silver Rain.
Silver Rain's written by a douchey ass band that no one likes anymore. I know that. There's a song called that, I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably.
And they're probably white.
Thing though, it's like I want to look fancy, but
There's
I don't want to
Chocolate
brag.
Rain too, though. Come on, that fucking song was crazy.
Chocolate Rain, yeah, he's
That
good.
song's more valuable than silver.
Yeah, like Silver Rain sounds like when you get peed on by an old person.
Oh,
He's got dilute pee.
oh.
Because of his kidney failure. Yeah.
Oh man, I think you need to see a hospital, sir.
I think I want to think about the different possibilities of things that rain now. Like, what if it rained hot sauce?
Isn't there a like cloudy with a chance?
Asia would rain like soy sauce here in Asia. Like, yeah, go fill up the soy sauce buckets. It's raining.
Every cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
It gives a whole new meaning to like the like a few states that you're not in the United States. It's illegal to collect rainwater and use it to water your garden or something like that. You got to pay the city to use water. Like you didn't fucking. This is God's. No, Florida. I'm pretty sure Florida's
Here
also got a
also.
lot of laws about off-grid living and stuff. You have to be connected to the electricity and the sewer system of the city or of the area, or you can't build a house.
Yeah, we have something like that here in Ontario. It's
So they're off-grid rules.
You don't have
where
to use
can't-
it though. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, probably,
This
but
one-
you're still connected.
Yeah.
yeah. This one
Emergency.
guy saved up like this big reservoir to like he built up a reservoir on his farm so he could water his farm field, and then he got ticketed and he was told he had to drain it and stuff. I'm like, well, I mean,
I'm going to, but just gonna do it in a specific place where it's gonna be useful, you fucking dick.
I'm gonna drain
Drain.
that water into your fucking mom's house.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's a chemistry joke in here. Jester says, "What do you say if you get hit by falling silver?" Ag.
All right. Thank God I knew that joke. Yes.
Oh man.
You shake your fist at the sky.
So, you guys
That's
have
funny.
any more feedback on that set before we start a revolution of
Get your TikTok ready, Kirk.
homeopaths?
Get my TikTok ready.
All right. Well, Jeremy, the floor is yours.
Okay. So I recently went camping. It was pretty fun. It's kind of weird how when you go camping, no one ever tells you to wear sunscreen. Like you're closer to the sun, but no one ever says wear sunscreen. And I got sunburned, and my face began to peel about 2 days after that, and I was hoping for a new face. But you guys who know me, you can see it's the same one. Pretty sad about that. Being a comedian, my family members, they want to give me joke ideas. They're always telling me, oh, use that on stage. So my uncle, he'll send me like other comedians' jokes, and he's like, you should do this on stage. So he sent me this joke, and it says, what do a pizza delivery boy and a gynecologist have in common? And remember, my uncle said that the only way we can make it truthful for our family is if one of our family members is either one of these jobs. And so my uncle is a gynecologist in this job, or in this joke. And oh yeah, you guys want the punchline. So the gynecologist and the pizza delivery boy, they have one thing in common. They both can smell it, but they can't eat it. So that's a joke that's from my uncle that he stole from the internet, that I'm now telling you guys. He's in jail, so like I'm the only person who will respond to his messages. So he's like my ghostwriter. He's got the internet in jail, which is, we didn't even have the internet in my home as a kid. That's kind of weird. So my friend asked me a question. He said, if you could bring back anyone from the dead, who would you choose? And my first thought was Snoop Dogg, you know. With Snoop Dogg, he's not dead. So like my second thought was like, how do I kill Snoop Dogg? Because, you know, I think that's the only way I'd ever be able to smoke weed with Snoop Dogg is if I killed him and brought him back. My second thought the second person I thought to bring back was Anne Frank, you know, because she made it through. Well, she didn't make it through, but she made it a long time in isolation, and she did it without an iPad. So we should maybe learn from her. Third person I thought about bringing back is Bob Marley. But, you know, like, would he be inspired living in my parents' concrete basement? Concrete basement? Probably not. But then I have to feed a Bob Marley. What does a Bob Marley eat? Toast and jamming? I don't know. Bob Marley smokes a lot of weed, so I'm not going to bring him back. And I just told my friend I'd bring back a relative. And I said, who are you going to bring back? And he said, Jesus. Like, are you sure, dude? Like, you know, Jesus, he can kind of come back on his own. So he doesn't like us. He doesn't want to come back. I'll tell you a story. It's about a dinosaur. It's a hipster dinosaur. His name's Trice. And he goes by Trice because, you know, fuck his parents, the Triceratopses. Trice works at Starbucks. He's a barista. And his best friend is his name's T-Bone. He's a T-Rex vegan, and he fucking tells everyone. So T-Bone and Trice have a podcast, and they also have a blog. It's called Fire from the Sky. You can pick that up at your local record shop. It's available on vinyl. But nobody listens to that shit. So don't start podcasts or blogs. That shit's dumb. And anyways, Fire from the Sky is about the end of dino days, trying to save people, save dinosaurs from the fire from the sky. And it happens. And Trice is in his parents' basement because that's where all hipsters live. And he's covered himself in patchouli oil, and he's singing the familiar chant, I love you, you love me, we're a happy. You guys know the song? Obviously not. You'd be dead if the dino days was happening again. So he survives, and he goes upstairs, and he notices his parents' house is gone. The neighbor's house, everybody in his neighborhood, their houses are just gone. So Trice just begins to walk. And mind you, Trice walked the earth before it was cool. It's a hipster dinosaur. Yeah, that's good. What's the last? Okay, so they say that if you sleep with more than one pillow, that this is a sign of loneliness or depression. It's not true, guys. Like, my pillows, they got a purpose. I got 4 pillows. I got a pillow for cuddling. I got a pillow for my head. I got a lumpy pillow because I like something chubby between my legs when I sleep. And then I got a little pink fart pillow. Do you guys got a fart pillow? I'm the only one who has a fart pillow. It's kind of self-explanatory. You know, you fart into the pillow. But mine's pink because you don't want to put it near your eyes. Yeah, so it's kind of tough sleeping with 4 pillows because you got to like remember the configuration from the night before. You're like, oh, that was a good night's sleep. Which one of these pillows did I sleep with? And I mean, it's obvious there's a lot of pillow fights. Sometimes we have like pillow talks, and it leads to other things. Because when you sleep with 4 pillows, guys, you have to fuck 4 pillows. And basically, this is the way that I know how to tell you guys I'm in a pillogamous relationship. It's consensual that I fuck all the pillows at one time. It's pillogamous. Polygamy is done. All right, thanks. That's my time. Usually I do that in front of smarter audiences, but today, sometimes we don't always win.
Yeah, you're stuck
It's
with
raining
a bunch
silver.
of retards.
You already beat
No,
me.
I did the Trice joke at this show, and nobody put it all together, I guess. Nobody really laughed. And the biggest laugh came because I was like, yeah, typically I do that in front of a smarter audience. And then everybody laughed at that. That was like my one good laugh from the whole show.
Insulting the audience. That's my favorite. But
there was like 75 people there. It was fucking like a huge show.
What if patchouli? What if you looked up, just if you had the time to look up instead of patchouli, some like extinct plant that would be the equivalent of it, or was like you got some fucking Latin name for some old ass shit? I don't know.
I don't know if you want to do that. Whenever I tell the joke, it already kind of feels like it separates people. Like they're like hipster, dinosaur. What the? Like he listens to like bands called Modest Brachiosaurus, like the pterodactyls.
For you. You don't need to fucking dumb it down for anybody. Assume they're smart enough for you. Like,
but what I'm saying with the extinct plant, nobody would know the name, so then they would just what's he talking about? So I say patchouli because
oil, they would know it. Like he's
yeah.
He always has a strong smell of.
Or maybe he's got his
like oil, like I don't know.
He's got his chakra stones and shit like that. He's rubbing his crystals or something. Okay, yeah. It's a thought. Okay.
It should be thought. I like the Trice. I like Trice. I like Trice's adventures.
Yeah, I like the whole like coffee shop thing. Is the hipster because the hipster coffee shop thing for a while, right? I like the whole concept there.
So, T-Bone, his friend, he's a T-Rex. He's a vegan. That's fucking hilarious.
He's really skinny though, because he's supposed to eat meat. He's malnourished.
That's why he's called T-Bone. He's like, you could. He's very skinny. Maybe, I don't know.
He takes supplements. He takes Flintstones vitamins because that's fucking.
Yeah, put that in there.
10 million strong. No, it's probably like 100 strong and growing. Because it's back in time. You got to think they didn't sell 10 million.
No.
The dinosaurs were like, why the fuck could we eat vitamins made for humans?
So pterodactyl feathers for currency. I don't know. They don't have feathers, do they?
No, I think it still rained silver back in the day, dude. It doesn't change. It always rained silver.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking it's raining silver-covered men. It's raining silver-covered men. Hallelujah. It's raining silver-covered men.
K1000.
Yes.
I don't know. It was one long joke about Triceratops.
The uncle thing is kind of dumb, and I don't know why I tell it. I think the punchline for the joke is good, but I got to explain it because it's not mine. And my uncle really did send me that shit. He sent me one guy playing a guitar and singing like a parody song, and he's like, "Do this," and I'm like, "I don't know how to fucking play guitar, dude. What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, but do this in your comedy show." Like, I don't think that's how it works there, bud. I mean, what was the Get Her Done guy? Was there somebody before him that said Get Her Done? Yeah, no. There was the cable guy, but that's a totally different guy.
That was Lawrence the cable guy. He didn't become Larry the cable guy till later.
I'm talking about Jim Carrey, the cable guy.
Oh, okay. No.
It's retarded.
Jim Carrey, the cable guy.
The movie?
Cable guy.
I watched that movie.
It's no.
I haven't seen that in a really long time.
Me neither.
Matthew Broderick in it. Does anyone like Matthew Broderick at all?
Yeah, when he played Ferris Bueller.
Family or something.
He's the original Simba, guys. Come on, give me a fucking break.
Who is Matthew Broderick? I honestly don't know.
Ferris Bueller, you're fucking way too young.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna slam this door closed because you guys are way too fucking young for me. Not that guy. Clearly, this guy, Jeremy's not young. He's probably my age.
I fucking cut you, all right? Don't tell people my age.
It's like this half of the fucking screen is fucking old, and that half is young as shit. So.
God damn it! I remember whenever these whippersnappers, they didn't know how to talk back. Get your race car track. We're about to whoop some ass. They probably never had race car track whoopings.
I got my train table there.
I'm whooping kids' asses with a train table.
Ooh, trains.
I'm gonna make you eat this Thomas the Tank.
Thomas the Spank Engine.
Yes.
Just your friendly neighborhood porn delivery service.
Thomas
for children.
Why do you guys use so much coal and steam to deliver porn? There's Pornhub. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all polluted and shit. You can see the houses you can see the houses that get deliveries because they're all covered with the soot from the coal engine.
People have fucking black lung and shit from it. Yeah.
Hey Tommy, I seen the train come to your house. Can I borrow your old stuff? I'll bring it back, I promise.
It's a little sooty. I don't know if you mind soot at all.
But I've made sure to keep the good parts clear. So like you can still see the nipples. You just can't see her smile. Which I've never seen a woman smile, so it's pretty much the same.
You've seen her grimace in fear though, I'm assuming.
Yes, of course.
All right, fine.
Help
Yes,
me
Kevin,
say
you-
that with a smile, bitch. Help me.
All right. He's puffing his cheeks up. Bilal's ready to go.
That means we're getting close to the N word.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. The N-word
Indeed.
cometh.
Kurt's
Back
about
to
to
Kurt,
whoop
too.
somebody's ass over there.
Yeah.
You think he's talking to his
Trouble.
Roomba?
He's like, how many applesauces did I say you could have?
How many did you eat? All right. Well, we're giving Kurt feedback, right?
Yeah.
Silver? No, we're giving me
We're giving
feedback.
you
That's
feedback. It's
Way
Bilal.
to go,
I
guys.
think we're all done with each other. Let's do
So,
Bilal.
is there another way to say polygamy with more pronunciation on the pillow part?
Polygamy.
You go my polygamy where it's only
I'm
between
a
two white people.
polygamist. Like a
No.
polygamist. No,
That my pillow guy, you could say my polygamy when it's just between white people.
Polygamy. Polygamy.
Just white pillows, right? You know, because fucking Trump's dude. You know that guys.
yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm kind of not white. I've been living in Vietnam for 5 years, so they tell me I'm Vietnamese now.
Okay. I'm half Panamanian, but I'm still white.
Hmm.
Well, my penis shrank, so I think it's coming true.
What is this for?
I don't know.
You gotta mute us when she's around, Kurt. She can't hear these. This is a safe space.
Wait, oh, they can hear you.
She's breastfeeding in the morning.
Oh,
Damn.
no. How long has she been there? Did you hear the part about the poop? You guys have any more feedback?
She just ordered a Roomba.
Now I'm thinking like you know, like the Goombas in Mario.
Hmm?
What if you did a live action Mario with Roombas instead of Goomba? Never mind.
What if, like, in the middle of the night, like, all of the Roombas in the neighborhood, like, met in the center of the street to plan the demise of the people?
And they just like grew spider legs and started skittering off.
And there was like there was one family that wasn't poor or that wasn't rich enough to get a Roomba, so like somebody in the neighborhood had to like gift them a Roomba, so that now every house in the neighborhood has a Roomba, and they've all killed. And it's just a neighborhood full of Roombas with no people. They go to work every day. They're still upstanding citizens, but I mean, there's just nobody to clean up after anymore, you know,
They're just
because
spilling shit to clean up.
yeah, they're like, I'm bored, so they knock some M&Ms. Oh, I love M&Ms on the floor.
Knock over some gravel. Fucking bark.
Some gravel. These Roombas are fucking sophisticated. They take drugs, all right? They're not gonna eat gravel.
It's
That's not
resistance
something they
training,
do
dude.
for fun.
It's resistance training. Like when a batter swings with that shit on it to make it harder, you start swallowing
like,
gravel, you're fucking
oh.
stronger.
They're like, oh fuck, it's raining. We better send out the kids to go collect the rainwater.
Everything that a Roomba eats can be reused, you know? Like it just scoops it up whole. Then you take it out of the box and dump it back out on the floor. I mean, imagine you could do that with
Kurt, that's probably why you have children. You're not supposed to reuse condoms, all right? Just the Roomba ate it up. I took it out. I reused it every time.
it was clean. Gotta say, reuse, recycle.
There was a story in the newspaper, and I had wrote a joke about this. It's called eco condoms, where we take your donated old condoms and we clean them and we re-lube them. We got lubes for him and her. We got textures for him and her, and then we sell them back to you. It's called eco condoms. I'm trying to save the earth one rubber at a time. But then that actually happened here. Like they busted some lady and they went in her house and she had like all of these secondhand condoms and she was repackaging and reselling them.
That's gross.
And I'm kind of pissed off because they stole my joke.
Stole your idea.
Then, like when it happened, all the other comedians that have heard me tell that joke, they shared it on their Facebook like it was their joke, and I was like, you motherfuckers aren't even going to give me credit for that. I had to fucking call in the newspaper. I was pissed. I sent a Roomba threat.
Mm-hmm.
Now Rob's acting like he's talking to somebody. Okay, go ahead, Balo. It's your turn.
Okay.
Let us know. We'll start your time.
All right, hold on a minute. Okay, I'm ready. I was thinking that since like we didn't know that dinosaurs had feathers, they should they should do a remaster of Jurassic Park with giant chickens instead of dinosaurs.
I'd watch that.
I think that'd be great. Yeah. You ever think you feel like your phone vibrating in your pocket, but then you reach in your pocket and it's gone, and you look on the ground behind you and there's a guy having a seizure, and you're like, oh, these fucking need to be stopped. Okay. You know how when people like are on death row, they get like to choose their last meal? What if they didn't? You think the guards would just be like, all right, let's just scrape some cum off the shower floor and slap it on a plate. They won't care.
Put some bread down there.
Bigger things to worry about. You ever be like out somewhere like at a party or something, and then you walk by a mirror, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, I really want to go to my car because that's where all my water is.
No.
Bizarre. I love it.
I don't know, like if you guys have ever been to a black church, but I grew up in a Muslim family, and my mom turned Christian, so I remember my first time ever going to church. But like my first time, I was like, oh, it's cool. They got like music and stuff, and then like they had to go and pull the mimes out. I don't know if you guys know this, but black churches, a lot of them have mimes. And I don't know how mimes got from the streets of Paris to black churches, but it's very weird. Like, I feel like they should have, like, instead of being like, if you fuck up, God's going to get you, they should have been like, no, we're going to send those mimes after you. That would have been really scary. That's just the thing. It's true. Having your balls sucked is overrated. You know how I know for sure everyone agrees with me? Because nobody ever tries to suck their own balls. It's always straight every time. Yeah, I think it's really cool that they invented self-driving cars, but it's really weird to me that nobody has invented the self-sucking balls yet. I had to take a drug test recently. Like I got a new job, and instead of doing the regular piss test, they made me like they were like, "Hey, take this cotton thing and put it in your mouth for 6 minutes." And I did that. I put it in my mouth for 6 minutes, and I pulled it out. And they're like, "Oh, there's not enough spit on this. You got to put it back in." And I was like, "Ugh." But I put it back in for another 6 minutes, and I took it back out, and they're like, no, it's still not wet enough. You got to put it back in. And I was like, okay, are you guys going to waterboard me next? Like, what's the next part of this test? And I feel like they're using that shit to, like, clone slave workers. They're probably like, oh, these piss clones are too dumb. They need some spit.
Got an army of laws out there somewhere.
Let me see. Oh yeah, last year on Christmas Eve, Somebody broke into my car and stole my air freshener. That's true. That really happened. What's
Was it a
really weird is
Pine Tree
that
air
people
freshener?
missed my solid gold retard helmet. All right, I'm about to be gone. That's about it. I'm about to be gone. Just like that shooting pain that happens every once in a while that you always forget to mention to your doctor. It's probably nothing. Fine. Do you guys have any feedback?
The endo's good.
Are you saying that Black Church has been doing whiteface for a long time?
Yeah, dude. Oh, let me Google it. Google church mimes, actually.
I agree about that. No, but long balls, you just gotta wait for age, time. I think your balls get longer. The graph of your ball length over your age goes like that, and it gets longer. So I bet you when you're old enough in your deathbed, you can put your balls in your mouth. You just gotta wait. You gotta be patient. Or Marilyn Manson, they always had that rumor about he took one rib out to get his dick sucked, and the second one. Maybe you got 2 ribs, you can get your balls too in the same fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Like take 2 ribs out.
No, that's weird. That church mime is weird.
Yeah, dude.
Weird.
Sorry to derail the ball thing. But
Sorry.
No. Fuck the ball joke. You had mimes in black churches. That's way more important. Fuck my emperor.
I had no idea.
I don't know.
The thing is like
Why
terrifying.
It's terrifying.
They don't
Mimes in
talk
general are
anything or
terrifying.
anything.
You think Samuel L. Jackson's going to be in the new Jurassic Park remake, like chickens on a bus or something like that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, dinosaur chickens, of course.
Yeah, I'm tired of all these motherfucking chickens. This motherfucking island.
I don't make a lot of chicken and black jokes today. I try not to anyway.
Why not? This is a safe.
We're giving.
I'm serious. Like I don't care. I honestly don't care. People always think like I'm trying to trick them.
I think that it's just you're in Washington, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of black people that would get those references in Washington, and
Yeah,
it would just be weird.
2 black guys in Washington. What? No,
But you guys,
we're just more woke than we think we are. Which is not at all.
wait a minute. Never mind.
I heard Neil Tyson deGrasse said.
Was from.
He said a person is most likely smart enough to talk about something, but not smart enough to know that they're wrong. So maybe you're not as woke as you thought you were woke.
Never claim to be as smart as I think I am. The key.
You guys have any more feedback?
Nah.
Where did you hide your golden retard helmet under the front seat, like I used to do with my CDs?
No, I don't think it would fit.
Oh.
The gap is like this, like that.
Did you think about writing a retard helmet on it so that no one would steal it? Because only a monster would steal a retard helmet?
Yeah, but nobody stole it. They missed it. But what kind of air freshener was it? Was it a little pine tree air freshener? Because that makes sense. A homeless family at Christmas time, they want to celebrate too, and they can't afford a tree, so they stole your pine tree.
No, it was
It makes
literally
sense,
a can.
man.
It's like $1.
Oh,
Very weird.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's weird.
I had it. It smelled like car would smell like weed.
yeah.
Of course. Of course, of course.
I had someone steal some chocolate bars out of my van. I just opened the door and stole some off the floor because, you know, I have a van and kids and stuff is on the floor. And someone just opened the door and was like,
When me and my wife get angry, she makes me sleep by the river in a van. Down by the river.
That was born.
Maybe you guys are too young for Chris Farley jokes. I guess
No, I don't
maybe
Chris Farley.
Rob gets it. He's
That's
sad
SNL
now
there.
because
Chris Farley.
There was like 8
Yeah,
people
no.
talking. Anyone said just now. Be clear.
Rob Schneider.
Oh yeah. His daughter sings pop music. I know that. I don't know. My coworker fucked him. I don't know.
Really?
Good story.
Nice.
Who's the little short comedian guy? I forgot his name, but he's from Jackass. My friend fucked him.
Wee Man? His name's Wee Man. How do you forget that shit?
I don't think it's Wee Man. It was the other guy.
Do they have 2 achondrodysplastic dwarfs in fucking Jackass? I think they only
Let
have.
me see.
I'm not gonna let you look that up. Are we good?
I'm looking it up.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
Yeah, just Wee Man, right? That dude.
What
lied,
about
and he said he
what
was.
about this guy?
Oh,
Oh, that. Okay, never mind.
He was like, "Yeah, I was on Jackass." It's just because he was a dwarf. Yeah.
Okay. I don't like you guys anymore.
I don't like me either, man. We're good. I don't have a Twitter either.
Well,
We're
you
good,
guys
right?
done?
Yeah.
Is that everything? Okay, so this is the part where, if you have any social media, you say it. Rob, I know you don't have a Twitter, but do you have anything else? Or like podcasts or anything?
No, I'm gonna start a TikTok tomorrow though, because you were talking about TikTok. Just Facebook. I just want to tell jokes again, man. That's all.
Yeah, don't we all? Kurt?
Yeah.
I have whatever might be on my Facebook. I tried to do a show that made fun of news. I never really got to fulfill that so much, but it degraded into TikToks. And I forgot to mention before, I do have a TikTok page, like the last time I was on, and it's The Only Thing. It's called The Only Thing. And yeah, that's my TikTok page. If you go look that up, you'll see me doing a bunch of random experiments, and then some funny stuff, and then some stuff. There isn't really a theme. It's just a bunch of scatterbrain. Oh, I'm gonna do this right now. And pretty much it. So yeah, that's the only thing. I made a rocket out of a thermos. That was pretty cool.
That sounds awesome, actually. I might go check that out.
Yeah,
Last
baking
but not
soda and
least.
vinegar, and that was it. Ooh, I shot like 100 feet in the air. It was awesome. I almost shot my kid in the face with it. It was crazy.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, the first time I tried it out, I shook it. I was holding it. I was gonna put it down, and then all of a sudden, the thermos flies out the front of my hand, and the lid flies out the back. And then the kids were standing just far enough apart for it to go between them, and I was like, "Huh."
Hey, let them borrow your golden helmet, dude, because they're gonna fucking.
Yeah. If you have a third kid, then it's probably gonna be right in the middle of those other 2.
3 is too many kids.
Oh, the third one's too small though.
Okay, well that's good. Try it in a couple of more years, and it'll be all right.
No, it's a rocket. I swear.
Blame it on the Roomba. The Roomba did it.
The Roomba did it.
He cleaned up his corpse.
All right. Last but not least, Jeremy, do you have anything?
No.
All right.
Just stuff.
Okay, well, thus concludes another thrilling episode of The Workshop. See you next time.